Simon,
Hey, bonjour, Yann.
bonjour, monsieur. Warm welcome, Simon.
Sorry?
Warm welcome.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you for having me.
So, Simon, thank you for joining. You are now in the French Toy Rendez-Vous number 17 with me. Warm welcome. Very happy to be with you and to know you a bit more. Unfortunately, we couldn't meet in Nuremberg. You left the last day, and it was my fault. But I was a bit busy, running around all those halls, and I'm sure you had a lot of meetings too.
Yep. It was
So
quite an interesting Nuremberg fair, yeah.
it was interesting. So we'll talk about that a bit later if you want. So in our French rendezvous, Simon, usually we start from the beginning, and I like to talk, about you when you are young and where you have been growing, what were you playing with, indoor, outdoor. This is interesting to know that to start our conversation.
Yeah.
So
Well,
where are you from?
I'm actually mixed, so I'm half Syrian, half Ukrainian.
Oh,
Uh, yes, and I grew up mostly as a child in Syria.
yes.
So
So
most of my
where in
toys were
Syria?
Damascus,
Damascus in the capital. Okay.
capital. Nice. Yep. It was a fun childhood full of, well, toys. If I remember, I wasn't very well acquainted with brands, but if
Uh-huh.
I see anything on TV like Robocop, X-Men, anything of that sort, I will always ask my parents to give me a figure that I can play and use my imagination to create. Yeah, so also had a lot of, I believe it's called block, like big Legos.
Yes, I don't know, Mega Block perhaps, or
Probably, but it was back like
yeah, there were
20
some big
years ago.
Legos. Yes, yeah. I'm not sure it's existing anymore, but it's
Yeah,
possible that there were some big blocks. Yeah.
yeah. So that was, yeah. So we used to build castles, enjoy my time, and just go into creativity of imagination.
Okay. And were you playing outside?
Well, if it was with friends outside, if at home inside, yeah.
So what were you doing outside? Were you biking? Were you playing football?
Football, of course. Lots of pirates and the marines. Well, I think every country has their own name, but like you have bandits and cops,
Yes,
basically, where
yes.
you two teams. Yeah.
Running
Yeah,
after the other one, no?
yeah. Running. It's childhood. You always run. Yeah.
Yes, for sure. We like to
I
run
didn't
like
see.
sports.
I didn't seek in the street. Well, it was very interesting.
So very good. So until which age are you growing in Damascus? When do you leave?
I left Damascus when I was 17 in 2012.
Okay, in 17. So in 17 you arrive and you go to Holland?
No, Ukraine.
You go to Ukraine first. So you are
Yeah,
17, you arrive in Ukraine. And where
yeah.
about in Ukraine? I've been in Ukraine for the work too.
Ooh, nice. Yeah.
During
Well,
the October Revolution, I was there.
oh wow. Yeah, that's in. Now I first arrived where my moms were living, so I arrived to Donetsk
To Donetsk?
region.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stayed there for 2 years. Then I moved to study in Kharkiv, another city. And
Yes.
after I finished my university, I went to, well, pursue a career more serious, and I went to the capital, Kiev.
To Kiev. Okay. So, and how many years have you been living in Ukraine?
I lived in Ukraine, I think around also 9 years, 10 years, around that sort.
Okay, I understand. So that's interesting. And are you now in Holland because you left for the war or what happened for you?
Yeah. Because of the war,
Yeah,
had to leave. Well, basically, yeah. So now I'm
I
in
understand.
Holland.
Okay. So
Yeah,
now you
but
are in Holland, and for the last 2, 3 years?
2 years, yeah.
Okay. So you're a young guy, and what have you been studying?
I studied international economics,
Okay.
but because it was, I didn't know what to study. Economy is always good, I think.
Mhm.
So yeah, let's study business
So you studied business in Kiev and
in Kharkiv.
in Kharkiv.
Yeah,
And then when have you been starting to work in Ukraine or in Holland?
in Ukraine.
In
In
Ukraine, you were
Ukraine,
working.
yeah.
So what kind of work were you doing?
I started working with because I know languages, so I good international. So I started working with soundproofing, and the
Uh-huh.
company from Singapore, and they have an office, and they said, "Okay, you're a student, come, let's work together." And I started working for them, and then just expanded, and started working for as a freelance for companies and startups, like helping out them to reach international markets, new markets.
So
And
what, were
that's
you traveling at that time?
yeah, I did a lot of traveling. Yeah, now it's a little bit just in Europe, but before that, yeah, I traveled a lot.
So right after your studies, you are in China and you start to do export business young.
Yeah.
Okay, very interesting because I've been doing a lot of export business myself quite young. Um, so where were you traveling? All over the world?
I've been to Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, India, South Africa, United Arab Emirates. Where else?
So
Uh,
Africa, Middle East?
yeah, quite the places. Never been to America or the South America, North America, but stayed Asia, Africa, Middle East.
Okay. And when why do you arrive in the toy business or why are you linked to the toy business finally?
Ah, it was a surprise for me because first I come to Netherlands to work for NEESKENS, the company I work now, and their main focus, I thought, was car audio. So okay, a
Car
big
audio,
car
yeah.
company, yeah, car audio. But then there was a project that was developing because the company is doing good. Everybody loves music, and well, everybody is here basically a man child, as they call it.
Uh-huh.
So we decided, like the company was decided to enter the toy industry through musical electronics. And when I was a kid, I used to like have like a piano electronics things or like guitar electronic, but like toys. And I always was fascinated by that because I thought, hey, I will be a musician in the future. Yeah, behind the office, behind
Mhm,
the
mhm.
computer. But it surprisingly turned into a project that we are working here with. And I decided to also be part of this project to make like a big department in the future for a mission to introduce kids not just to gaming and all those, but also to introduce kids to the opportunity to become future musicians, to love music through toys.
Mhm.
So this is through electronic toys. Like it's very so that's basically what brought me into the toy industry, which made me really happy.
So that's why you are exhibiting in Nuremberg, and in order to catch up with your export partners, I believe. So
Yeah.
where do you sell now your NEESKENS? In which countries? In Europe mainly?
Mainly in Europe, strongly, and developing the brand that we are developing, N Gear. Uh, every year is a step to more and more, not just to brand, but to sell, where to sell, how to sell as well. This year was a very interesting year because we managed to get outside of Europe. We found
Uh-huh.
like Georgia, Kuwait, Qatar as well, Egypt. So quite a few new possibilities that we're kind of pursuing to make better toys.
Okay, interesting. And so how many days of traveling do you do now per year? Because with the COVID, the thing changed a bit.
Mhm.
Are you still traveling still or?
Uh, Last year was kind of a little bit of some traveling, but not as we usually do.
Mhm.
This year, surprisingly, we are only a month and a half. So I spent maybe 1 month from this 45 days on the road. Yeah.
Wow. What were you doing other fairs than Nuremberg?
Yeah, I've did some touring. to visit some customers, some potential customers. Like I went by car from Netherlands and all the way from Belgium, Luxembourg, a little bit of France, Germany. Then after I came to meet my friends and my colleagues at Nuremberg. Then when you mentioned that we were supposed to meet, I had more traveling to do. So I also went to visit some shops in Slovenia, Poland, and lastly, I went to Riga. Very nice place. I was very surprised to see Riga.
And then I've been in those countries. Okay.
I think you did a lot of traveling as well, yeah?
Yes, I've been in 55 countries, you know. I was doing export from 2000 to 2011.
Nice.
In the toy business already, and it was very international, yes, traveling fairs and partners, mix of distributors and direct to retail. So yeah, and in Europe, I think I've been everywhere in Europe, more or less. Okay, interesting, Simon. So so now you are living in Holland. Where do you live?
A little bit far away, like 20 minutes by car from Amsterdam. It's called a little town called Haarlem. Well, not a little, but Haarlem. Most beautiful city I've ever seen, truly.
Okay, good. I think I've been to. Okay, because I used to work for Dutch people, you know. So Holland, I've been many times.
Nice.
I'm still working for Dutch. I work for RMS. So they are in Eindhoven. So I go.
Always welcome to visit, huh?
So where is the office, by the way?
It's located a little bit on the north of Holland. It's called Beverwijk, a town called. I know, I've never heard it, but now I hear every day.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's small, mostly offices, warehouses. We have our warehouse here, like around 3,500 square kilometers. Warehouse, so it's good, and we focus a lot here.
Very good. So how do you like Holland? What do you think compared to Ukraine and Syria? It's quite different,
of course,
isn't it?
Everyone, like you can imagine, like going from Middle East to Eastern Europe and then to Western Europe, it's very different. But yes, I'm very happy that I came out of all the places like I could have went to, because starting over a new life, we can say, I could have chosen any country and any continent, but I'm happy that I chose Netherlands because I enjoy the Dutch people, how they think, how they act, they're very famous for their honesty, so they tell you what they think in front of you.
Yeah.
I like that because I've been around people who would smile in your face, but then like you hear news about it. I love how the Dutch people are serious about business and they're very hardworking. So work is work, but they also like to spend their resting time to relax, to go to a festival. Like, it doesn't matter the age, like 50, 60, 70. You can see people enjoying a nice festival somewhere in the outside. So yeah, I feel very comfortable here in the Netherlands. The only thing I need to learn is the language.
Well, do you speak German?
No. 9.
9. Yeah, it's close to German. Yeah, this is a lot of.
Very good for me because I speak Arabic. So Arabic has a lot of. So for me, it's like
Okay, yeah, the Dutch, that they are. But you see, in the old 12, the big one in Nuremberg, there are many Dutch companies. It's probably the number one nationality in this world. They're very strong in business. That's true. Very direct. That's for sure.
Yeah.
We're hardworking and strong in business and well organized, I would say. Clever people. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they know their business.
And what I was surprised the first thing for me when I arrived in Holland, it was in 2000. They are very tall.
Yeah.
Very tall people. I think they are the tallest in the world.
Yeah, one of the tallest nations.
It's 185, 190, 190 something. Everybody. I was like the smallest one, you know.
Yeah, me too.
I'm 178. I'm just normal size, and whoa.
Yeah, same. I'm 184, and I still like look at this like everybody. Different weather up there.
Yeah. So, yeah, until you have an interesting story to tell us, Simon. This
Yeah,
this mix of culture that you have from your parents and what you have done, in the past from those countries. You're probably very open mind. You can see that on LinkedIn when I am posting and when you are commenting sometimes or things. You can see you are a very open mind guy, uh,
yeah,
and this is
thanks.
why you are doing export because only open mind people can do export
Yeah,
because
I
of your
think so as well.
languages and you are probably a chameleon. You adapt yourself to
Yeah,
any
very
situation.
true.
I'm sure about that. And this is nice. So now let's talk about France. What do you do in France in the business?
France is a big, big market. Doesn't matter which industry you're talking about. So car audio for us, yeah. So electronics as well. Toys. There's a lot of big chain toys in France. So it's a big, interesting market. However, for if you don't speak French, it's one of the most difficult countries to get into.
It is.
Uh, yeah, so with the toy industry for our toy segment of the company, we're still trying to figure out how to meet the demand and meet the expectation of the French distributors, wholesalers, shops. Yeah, so it's a challenging market, let's say.
It is. It is. It is a challenge. I understand that. So you have been traveling to France a bit in the last years
Mostly Lille,
in Lille.
that yeah, Lille, and a little bit of Paris. So getting to know the French attitude.
Oh, well, Lille, it's the north part. People are very open,
Yeah,
very nice
I love.
people.
Yes.
The climate and the weather is so, but the people are very nice. And Paris, have you been visiting?
This year?
Yeah, have you been visiting Paris a bit? You have to visit the
No,
city.
I will be arranging a meeting in the future. Like I
Oh,
think definitely, and I will every time I go for a business trip, I try to have one day to meet my
yes,
friends,
yeah,
family. Everybody does that, I think, in sales.
for sure.
But
We all do. That's important that you visit the capital and you can enjoy. We're going to have the Olympic Games, in a few
yeah,
months. It's going to be busy. Last year we had the Rugby World Cup in October,
yeah,
November. So we have large events now, and
mhm.
yeah, it's good that you can visit and learn from local people and have a good time.
Yeah. Well, it's the best when you go to any city, any country. You meet the people who actually live in the country, who do know the market, the business, and you have an honest conversation with them. You get to hear what they're doing. So, for example, for me, the one who will be offering in the future something. So I know, like, hey, should I really offer? Should I really even consider this market? Because you can think, oh, I will sell, I will do business, of course. But if you want to be a good business partner, then you need to really understand, like, hey, is this what you need? And not to make it what you need. Like, oh, it's a good strategy, but realistically, my experience shows that your partners, your business partners, are most of the times very intelligent business people. So you respect their intellect and their knowledge. And my job is basically to be an extra benefit, extra value for them,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not the very cowboy seller, let's say that.
I understand what you say. I totally agree.
Mm.
Okay, very good, Simon. So, when is the next trip?
Ooh, I definitely would like. Next trip is Turkey in the beginning of March.
Uh-huh.
And then I come back for like I'll be there for Istanbul, one of my
Do you
favorite
go to
places.
the toy fair, perhaps? Or?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll go there. Still, yeah, I told you we're working very hard with the toys, so
Mhm.
we need to understand everybody, meet everybody, and just show ourselves. First
Mm.
step. Um, After that, I will be going to Dublin in Ireland.
Nice. I know. Doing good. Good to travel. When you are young, you have to travel.
And when you well, you sit behind the office as a sales, yeah. So it's very unnatural in a way to be selling or like doing business and you sit behind a computer. You need to travel, you need to meet.
Yes, that's much better to have the relation, to understand people, to be face to by face, and to yeah, it's much more convenient than being behind the screen. And the Zoom is nice, but it's not enough.
Exactly. Yeah, it's nice to enjoy a drink, to enjoy a meal, to see each other, feel the energy of each other. You know, it's very important, I think, when you connect as humans.
Yes. So, what are you apart from the job, Simon? What are your passions? What do you like to do?
What I like to do. So now I'm focusing mostly on learning the language because I speak a lot of languages, I know. Uh, and I get very upset when I'm in a country and I don't speak the language. Even in Holland, everybody speaks English, which
Yeah,
is
that's
very
true.
nice.
Yeah, you speak very
But
well.
I don't think if you live somewhere, you need to respect the country and the culture and learn the language. I know they're very open people, they're very nice and they say it's okay. But my view is that I live here now, so I must speak the language. So I
So,
focus a
are you
lot on,
taking some lessons?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I've reached now level B1, B2, sorry, B2. So I'm in the progress, but still like it's very challenging to understand when people speak in different dialect, different
Oh, yeah.
accents, and then you need to speak, and it becomes like you need first to create the puzzle in your head, like everything correctly, and then you put it out. Like it doesn't go automatically. So it's a process. It's an interesting process to learn a
Okay.
language.
So, focus learning Dutch, and what else do you like? Your passion?
Uh, well, health-wise, I do a lot of yoga. So yoga helped me a lot
Oh,
to go through a lot of things, to relax when you have a crazy day, and to keep your body actually very good. I was surprised by how good it was for the body. I was always a gym guy, but then I
yeah.
did some yoga. I'm like, hey, I feel very good. And what else? We also became a distributor for Pioneer DJ, so a very famous thing. So I immediately, what I do, so I bought myself a nice Pioneer DJ
A
set, and
pioneer.
now,
Yeah. You
yeah,
start
so now
DJing.
I'm learning. I love music, so it's an
Do you
interesting.
learn by yourself or you're helped?
No, I will YouTube, always YouTube.
Ah, you with the tutors. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
what kind of music are you DJing? Because I like electronic music myself. So what kind?
I enjoy my dream for DJing is to learn how to mix, and I like. I grew up watching anime when I was a kid,
Eminent
so
for the
anime.
rap, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I want to add parts from anime, like phrases or voices or sound to the music I will mix and just make something like that. So electronic something, but not Japanese style, but like a mix between anime and electronics.
Anime, okay. But and then from the style that exists now in the electronic music, do you like EDM? Do you like house? Do you like I don't
Mostly
know,
house.
mostly house?
House, yeah, mostly house. I would go
So
for it.
do you go to the festivals in Holland like Amsterdam event or I don't know? There are different festivals in Holland.
There's all kind of festivals. I believe there's 630. I've read somewhere 630 festivals in Netherlands in 1 year. So
So
there's
do you
more.
go to Ade?
So far, I haven't been to any. This year, I will be starting to go. This year, I will start.
So which one are you going to go? Which one are you selecting?
We'll see because I've just made some Dutch friends, let's say like that, like outside of work. So
Uh-huh.
whatever they say, they're very happy. Oh, Simon, you need to go there. You need to go there. You need to do that. So whenever they say we are going there, I'm like, I'm there. I'm going. It's about a good time, dancing, good time, and that's it.
Yeah, no, I love that. Me too. With my wife and with some friends, we love to go, to some electronic festivals and to have a good time. this is something I like to. I enjoy like you. I listen to a lot of music too. The same. So, but I've
You
never
guys
been.
in front.
I've never been in Amsterdam or in
You should.
festival in Holland.
You should. I will tell you when I get to know some information. I will share with you what's kind of cool Amsterdam festival. Usually, most cool festivals, as far as I know, it's around Amsterdam, around Rotterdam. So not in the city, but like 20, 30 minutes away. But I will share with you.
Good, Simon. Simon, thanks a lot for a little talk. It was nice to talk to you. And at the end of the show, usually there is a little tradition. We do a funny face. You have to do me a funny face.
All right. So I like always. Yeah.
Very good, Simon. Thanks a lot for playing the game. We keep in touch. If you need anything for friends, please let me know. And if you have any question, and we keep in touch. Have a good weekend.
Of course, yeah. Thank you for having me on. Yeah, it was really interesting and fun to talk, especially on Friday evening.
And see you on LinkedIn.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Bye.